Alrighty, so working on a little project here. I've worked on a couple of projects in the past, but I'm making a puzzle game. Essentially, if you've ever played one of the old like swap two-piece puzzle games like Pokemon Challenge or Pokemon Puzzle League or Tetris Attack, I believe is one of them. You have a game in wherein you swap two squares or puzzles in order to line up squares and clear the board as pieces continue to rise. Well, I wanted to take another approach on that problem by kind of cloning that game idea, but also making it interesting at the same time. So I'll give you the gist of what I've done here. Let me go to my code folder. Love Magic Swap. No, as a matter of fact, let's go to G. We'll go here and we'll load it up. Okay, so obviously we don't have a title screen yet because I'm not there, but we can run the game. And as you see, you have a series of gems that are going to rise from the bottom. The goal here is to use your left and right swap key to move these gems counterclockwise or clockwise and match them up for a clear. You continue to do this as the board rises, and the longer you can keep going as the board gets faster and moves quicker, you gain points for combos and such. What you see right here is everything I have currently. I don't have any artwork, I don't have any effective scoring, I have no menu, I have no nothing, but this is the bare bones skeleton here of a game. I have the piece swapping working. You'll see here that if I actually go ahead and match a couple of pieces, I will crash the game because there is something wrong with the code when I do the piece swapping, that it breaks because it can't read a variable. But that's besides the point here. So I use Love, which is a 2D game engine that utilizes Lua for its scripting and code. So the game is essentially broken into files here. A couple of different files here. Just for basic game control, I have the different game states I switch between different Lua files, and I also have all of the game's images itself. So these are the little red squares and what have you that you saw, colored squares, the background, the kind of hard to see this one here, the what is it called? The frame piece that goes around the swap pieces there that you use, the cursor, that's what you want to call it. So yeah, at the moment I had just figured out the problem of getting the pieces to swap properly, and I was kind of taking a break here and decorating some pieces. I use GIMP here, it's a free alternative to Photoshop, and right now I'm just using layers to create these pieces. I have a master file so I can make edits to them and then re-export the pieces so that I can save all of my changes and layers and hierarchies. So what I'm trying to do right now is make the pieces look a little bit more unique by giving them a little background icon on their tile. So as I continue to go and create unique backgrounds, I'll match them up with the color I see best. For example, here, if I don't think the triangle looks good with the teal piece, I can put it on the red piece here and just kind of see, which one goes back and forth better. There's a star as well. Let's see here. Star looks good on yellow, or maybe we can make the star look good on the purple. Who knows? That looks pretty sweet. So yeah, whoopsie, looking at the recording, having a bit of fun there. Just kind of putting things together. I've made 2 games in the past. I might show those off. I don't know. And yeah, I'm going to continue fooling with this and seeing where it goes and giving updates as we go. Whenever I feel like breaking out the screen recorder and talking at my computer. The main file here that gets executed basically just has the skeleton framework here for setting up a few variables and calling the callbacks. Each one of these 3 functions, Love utilizes every frame to check for events and actions and to update the screen. This is the game.lua, which contains most of the major game logic. Got some variables here, some custom created functions for initializing the board, setting new lines, directional rotations here, checking, scoring, clears, resetting variables, moving things around in the grid. You name it, it does it. And then this is one of the states. So essentially each different game mode is going to be a separate state within the game. And then this game mode here utilizes the variables and functions from the game.lua file in order to make something that's an actual playable game. So this particular bit of code here handles everything that happens every update tick. We check if the game's not paused. We check when we need to rotate the cursor. We update the global timer. We drop the pieces. What is this one here? Yeah, so this one is little bit of code here that handles when you see those 4 pieces all switch positions. This little bit here does that by updating an offset variable in the image code, but that's kind of above the scope of what I'm going for here. This handles the drawing calls for this game state, and this handles all the key inputs. We actually have a control.lua file here that's just a couple of defined variables in a table. Later on, I'll put in a menu interface to modify this so you can basically set up custom controls. It's real straightforward. Other than that, that is the meat and potatoes of it. Just a little Scratch project I'm putting together. Oh, I guess I didn't show you the resource Lua. This is the file I include that pulls all the resources and sets them up in a way that the engine can use them. It's not terribly complicated. It just initializes the images and gives them variable names. But that is it. If I feel less lazy later, I may get around to making a few more of these videos. So bye-bye for now. Have a good evening.